Welcome to the finals this time, everybody. Let's see, probably upload the finals in a separate video and the three games before that. So, welcome to the finals. Penny's is gonna be here within a second. And we're already seeing the triple greed this time.
Hey, I'm back, buddy.
Habib, Voldemort, and Raresh all going for the greed this time. So, let's see. There's a lot of nice stuff coming.
You love to see it. Greed best spell.
King already was calling out every other option as the bad mastermind option.
He's right. It's greed all the way. I mean, I like never used to reroll anyway. So
well, I do. I love reroll.
It's just free plus 2 income for me.
Blue. It's actually funny because blue was blue last time and he's blue again. That's pretty good for us. He's having a really good Harvey roll if he's getting a buff or an aura for the Harvey. He's placing the tank
I do wish that he was building further forward though.
Like, yeah, his tank is a little bit interesting.
You need to play at the front because he's just wasting like 10 mana by having it there.
Yes, he's wasting a lot of spells. And on the other side, we see a very interesting start as well with the Rogue Wave being the opener. So there's a lot of interesting combinations for the early game. Let's call it that way. In the game.
Is it me or have they upgraded particles on some of the like non-skins as well? Because the fire elemental looks a bit more fiery.
Oh, does it? I didn't see. I just know that there's some things changed, but I think there was not a note in the patch notes what exactly got changed, or was there? And I did overread it.
Like the fire elemental has got kind of flames and lava coming out of his back.
Okay,
if you zoom
pretty
in.
cool.
But
there's no note in the patch notes, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm always skipping this fair play part or whatever, like or the bug fixes. I'm always skipping them.
I read the patch notes. I went straight to the bits about guilds and skins.
Yeah, first how to spend your money in the pay to win Legion game.
Yeah.
So the extra flames from Fire Elemental, we see it here. Every extra flame dealing another 20 damage to the target. Really strong now. Yeah, try it out.
Oh man, the Smoke Aqua. I don't know any Kickstarters in the chat. The Smoke Aqua is probably my favorite skin.
Oh, I didn't see it yet. It looks not too great on the picture, I have to say, but I can't imagine
in game it looks
kind of cool in game.
Yeah, in game it looks really cool.
That is hold right there, staying a little bit passive on 4 workers. And dude, Voldemort is on really tricky plays. So there's the Rogue Wave together with the Rangers. So he's having some very alternative builds.
Yeah, it's going to be vulnerable.
Yes, like there's not even a good wave I can say now.
Good. Wave 6 is really weak.
I mean, he might even struggle on wave 4 already. Like just send him a dino.
Okay on 4.
Send him a dino, and he's not really looking good.
Well, that's true.
But let's see. How he's playing this. What is this Edo, by the way? He's gold. Okay. Here's another split with Honeyflower. So everybody who didn't get it last game, it's perfect if you don't split with Honeyflower because you want to concentrate all the damage.
Let's look at it now. This is a perfect example of why you don't split with Honeyflower. So Honeyflower's killed all of the stuff on the right-hand side already, but everything on the left is full HP. Like, it's not a problem, he's not going to leave. But in later waves, you're basically wasting half of the Honeyflower's damage.
Yeah. And asking the question in the chat, why would you get Rogue Wave over Fire Elemental? You don't. pretty simple answer, you just don't.
So a Daphne now from Voldemort, which means he would hold anything on 4. But he's pretty weak, like really weak, I'd say, on both 5 and 6.
He's not receiving Ascent. He's not getting the Ascent on 4, so he's getting Ascent on his weak wave, which is 5 or 6. And the best part about all this, he's already showing the Hellraiser, so it's probably gonna be a 6th Ascent since the Hellraiser is boosted next wave. It's maybe a 6th Ascent coming.
The Hellraiser's boosted, but it's not in a tanking spot, so there's no aggro sharing there. So I think a Hermit would still do a lot of damage.
Yeah, absolutely. A Hermit would still kill, especially with the split being active here on wave 5. So the
But
boss is
that
gonna...
said, they can just go 6.
Yeah.
Rush them.
Even 5 would be a good option though, but against the Daphne you would try to not send 5, because then at least the boss is really, really fast killed.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of the same. Daphne and like Berserker are kind of the same on wave 5. They're both really good at killing the boss, but
Yeah,
then they're
and
both
then...
really weak as soon as the boss is dead.
Exactly,
So like
exactly.
they kill the Scorpion King quickly, but then they're just dead value after that. So you can still leak Daphne and Berserker on wave 5 if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so there's no real answer yet
But they are
for
going
Voldemort.
6, and like Voldemort has no chance on 6. He's just
Yeah.
upgraded a veteran here, which is like even more dead value on wave 6.
But on the other hand side, like, it would be perfect for them to send 6 as a counter send against Habib and Blue as well. Since they're
Yeah,
not
that's
looking
true.
too great on wave 6 themselves. So especially Habib, I'm having my focus now. He's not having a unit that is good. He's having the Windhawk still. He did not place one though.
That's true, but they've got much less Mythium.
Obviously that's true. They're not
Saving
sending.
again.
Ooh. Oh wait,
I
everybody's
don't
saving.
like this.
Yeah, I mean it's a
I
7
don't
cent
understand
then.
this. But they're so much stronger on 7 than they are on 6.
Well, the thing is the following, like, Rarish is really bad on 7 as well, even with a Tantrum, because all his tanks are gonna die really, really fast, and he's gonna receive a Hermit or a Mole plus add. On the other hand side, Voldemort is looking kinda decent on 7 with all the units he got. Obviously, a Mimic will wreck him, but he's gonna still clear quite some units, especially with the Daphne, a lot of single target damage output there.
Yeah,
But
he can
6
boost a veteran as well and just be really strong on 6.
But 6 would have definitely killed them.
6 would have crushed them.
Oh no! Habib is leaking, as I said. He's looking really bad on 6. And he missed up
That's a
the...
bad leak as well.
Yeah, he missed up the perfect tanking on 6. So Aqua is, as other ranged units, for example Zeus and Aseria, you want to have it tank a little bit. Which means you're gonna place the Aqua, leave 2 squares free, and then place your Cat and your Windhawk, as you see them now, just 2 squares behind it. So it would be here and here. So the Fire Elemental is tanking some, and the other units are tanking some as well. That's the perfect positioning for Aquas till wave 7 around.
And when are they sending? Are they going to go wave 8?
Oh my god. Is it gonna be Ghost Knight on 8?
I mean, probably, which is really strong. But
It is.
Habib still has 5 income.
Oh, and he's doing another Rogue Wave. Why is he not adding a Fire Elemental now? I don't get it. And Ravage is not sending as well. Like, he's just shifting. I don't know what is going on here.
It's a massive save. It's a really
Well, it's gonna be
big
Ghost
save.
Knight with an income for Habib.
Yeah, but all of Voldemort's damage is pierced.
Yeah, but still,
And he even
he's
has
not
the
able
Daphne,
to
which is
crush.
pretty good.
There's a double Rogue Wave plus another Elemental, and their power is on the splash. So they're not good in bursting down the Ghost Knight.
Yeah, but Daphne and a boosted veteran.
Yeah, Daphne, absolutely. But
probably
I'm
about
still
the best
sure
thing
a
you
Ghost
can
Knight is the
have
best send here. Or Ghost Knight or Pack Hermit.
They're
That are the best
saving
sends.
Again.
I mean,
This is like a 1 to 9 save.
9 is
Shadow
absolutely
Wings, I
the
hope you're in the
worst
chat
wave.
watching this.
Yeah, is Shadowing actually playing on his Smurf right now? Can
I think
anybody
it must
check?
be. They're all saving, this is crazy.
But come on, it's super entertaining actually.
It is pretty good. It's pretty clutch. I mean, we were saying that Yellow was dead on 6. He's mega dead on 9.
Like, if you want to explain somebody being dead on a wave in Legion, like, just show this build and then wave 9. Like, this is the perfect example. And Ravage is not looking any better on the oh no!
They sent Brutes!
No! Why do you send Brutes here? Like, you can't just send a ghost, not a ghost knight, a centaur or a ogre and stuff, but he's sending Brutes.
He's still dead to Brutes, like, don't get me wrong, he's still gonna die really hard.
Okay, just gets the information. Shadow is streaming, so it can't be him. So there's no Smurf confirmed.
It must be his brother.
Oh no, and blue is sending triple dino. What on
Yeah.
earth are they? Oh, he could have just done Ghost Knight. He could have
He could
done
have
Mole
done
Hermit.
Mole Hermit, yeah.
Yeah, there's
Against
so many
the mass
options, and he's
player.
going for triple dino. Oh my god, what is happening? This feels like they're suicide crossing and then just not sending and dying because they didn't send. So the finals
Well,
are always
this
up
was
for some fun.
this was a wave 0 until wave 9 save.
But I mean, let's be honest. 5 broods is kind of fun as well.
That's pretty fun. I mean, you can't go wrong with friends.
No, never wrong with friends. Oh, I mean, he's not really holding anything.
He's super dead. Yeah, he has no chance.
And even the triple dino is doing decent on
Yeah.
on Roush, but it could have been way bigger.
Oh, Mole
leaks.
Hermit would have destroyed him.
Habib leaking himself, and oh, blue is leaking as well. So actually, the trade is almost equal. So they're leaking a lot, yeah, but it's like not nearly as good as it could have been, especially not with the sense. Like they were better
Yeah.
sense.
I see a GG in the chat, but I'm not sure. I don't know if
I'm
this
not
is
sure as
over.
well.
They
It's
have
not over.
a lot of ping.
I think the failed send from blue is actually costing them the game.
Yeah,
Like,
Mole Hermit.
at least the
probably
win
would
on-
have been game
the
over
win
for
on that
sure.
wave.
Maybe it's still over. That's a lot of damage. Look how fast the ping's going down.
I mean, the King Spell is gonna wreck all the rest here.
Yeah, okay.
Oh no, never mind. Close to killing all them. Ithian calling the triple dino throw. Anything else is better?
It
Yeah,
was a
pretty
throw.
much. Yeah,
It
just really any big unit. Ogre would have been better. Mole Hermit would have been better. Pack would have been better. Ghost Knight would have been probably the best send even. Sadly, he kind of missed to send any of them. But let's see, the
The
resets are coming
5
out.
brutes was pretty good though.
Yeah, it
5
was
brutes did a
fun to
lot of
watch.
work.
Still, I'm still considering a Centaur a better send though.
Oh, Centaur would have been fantastic. Yeah, Centaur would have been amazing.
But I mean, as you said, you mainly do nothing wrong with brutes, especially against a single target damage build or a build like this. Unless you send against flowers or pyros, you always do decent with brutes actually.
So look at these harpies now, right? And this is what we were talking about at the very start of the game. These harpies are sat on 13, 14 mana instead of 20, 25 mana,
Yeah.
which is a lot less DPS. It's
Yes.
still clearing, but
Oh, and look at
you're
this,
kind of
like,
cutting your DPS by
Roush leaking him.
10-15%.
So it's actually quite close for them. So if they just resend, oh no, they did resend 80 cent against Voldemort.
Yeah.
He's doing a really close job and probably not even holding the full boss here.
They can... Yeah, everyone's on really low value.
Yes. And there's press the attack. Oh, that could be a lot of fun
They could,
to...
press the attack 11 cent could win for either team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, press the attack 12 would do its job as well.
Yeah.
So what? Oh,
Everyone go for
everybody
allowance.
take allowance. This is so much fun, this game.
Yeah.
So allowance from a lot of high elo players considered one of the weakest spells, if not even the weakest. So let's see how this is going.
I mean, allowance is just boring, right? Like,
Yeah.
sometimes it's fine, and if you need to take it, you need to take it, but it's not exciting like the other spells are.
I have to agree there. We see the LOD coming from Raresh, so he's really bad on 12. They're not looking better on 13 though, so as soon as they're getting the send on 11, on 12 or 13, while they're still surviving somehow, they should win the game.
But Voldemort is actually okay on 12, so I think they have to go 13.
I mean, he's
Like,
looking okay, but he's having
He's
double
not great,
rogue wave
he can still
and
leak.
yeah, exactly. And even a small leak would already help because Raresh right now is looking really weak there actually.
Yeah, and it looks like the Spanish duo are sending on 12. So.
Yeah, another problem is that Habib is actually quite on low
Super low
value.
value, yeah.
So they kind of have to send themselves if they don't want to die
But they
here.
don't.
Oh,
they
just imagine they die now and throw this game because they did not perfectly send on wave 9 with their great long save. Okay, GG's.
Well, this is a best of
calling
3 now,
again.
isn't it? The finals.
It is
so-
a best of 3. So this time there's some more opportunities.
mean, let's see what happens, because the game's going to be decided now.
Is it gonna be full
if they
sense
leak
though?
really hard, obviously they lose.
Oh yeah, Brute's ad in the last second.
Yeah. So
Is
I'm
Blue
looking
is
at
Blue able
Blue's
to hold
play.
this? I'm
That's
not
what
sure. The
I'm
Drake,
looking at Blue.
the Drake is a really bad send. I have to send here.
Yeah.
Say here, like a pack leader would have been a little bit better, and he would have got it in the income time, I think, or like.
So red is definitely leaking,
More.
and leaking like really hard.
Oh yep.
It all comes down to
we
whether
have Blue
Blue can
leaking
hold,
as
and it
well.
looks like he can't.
But the question now is it enough? It's only gonna be 13 units, but like 2 of them really dead on the yellow side, or like on the blue side, and there's some super low.
It's a full HP pack leader and a full HP.
Yeah, the
Drake,
pack leader
and
is
it's
probably the deciding unit here. So if it's GG, it was all because of the pack leader buff being that strong here, and King just wasting the attacks on the small creeps. This is over.
Yeah.
This is GG to
GG.
the Spanish do once again. Oh, the send on 9 was a throw. Obviously it was. We already said this ourselves. But we also have to mention that they could have just sent here themselves and they would have won.
I like Habib's tagline. Roses are red, violets are blue, and then that Japanese thing that I don't know how to pronounce.
Oh, I didn't see it, sadly. Rip.
It's
too
the
fast.
quote from like Naruto, the one that means you're already dead but you don't know it.
I don't know the quote.
That's because you're not a weeb, dude.
Yeah, probably. And again, triple greed. So King Duns and Penny absolutely happy here with the spells.
The right play.
Yeah.
Greed all day, every day.
Greed all days. Ithian, are you a greed player as well? Probably, right? Well, actually, Ithian could be a redraw player as well. I'm curious if we will have a Haido player playing Locked In all the day.
I'm going to start a poll in chat for while the game's going on. Which is your favourite spell?
Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good choice. Let me have a look. Why am I having the old... Are you doing a poll? No, wait, what? I should do a poll?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Oh, you're right. You're working on it right now. That's great. While you're working on it, I want to mention here again, Blue is going for a tank in the middle and then an atom proton to the side. It was exactly the build he had just last game, only with a Sandwitcher. Habib going for Mudman Sea Serpent. Do we really see the Mudman Sea Serpent? If he's trying it out,
he knows how to play it.
he has a Zend.
He's just turned out. So the poll is up in the chat, guys. If you want to vote for your favourite mastermind option, you've got 3 minutes to cast your votes. Hey, monks.
Monks, welcome again. Yeah, let us know what your favorite mastermind option is.
He doesn't have enough. He didn't send. He can't afford the toilet.
Yeah. Oh, he's doing peewees now. Let's see. Oh, at the moment it's locked in. Holy shit. Everybody's like locking it, seems. That's interesting. That's interesting. And the game is basically about a lot of income right now. So there's not too much to mention.
Look. Voldemort has the sea snails, so we get to see some skins coming out.
Ooh. Yeah, sea snails. Here it is. Looking sexy. Not looking sexy, but as we mentioned before, the pay to win snail. Doubling the HP, tripling the damage. Actually, Penny, I actually asked myself how many people really think it's gonna be pay to win. Next poll is gonna be, do you think Legion is pay to win?
Of course it is. The skins give you bonus damage.
And more HP.
So are we going to see another like ridiculous save, or are they going to start sending now? Because I think they could have a decent chance with a couple of recruits here on 3.
Yeah. And I can already see them coming from Habib and Blue. But I mean, they did try it last time. They might try it again, right? the long save. Maybe
And
maybe
they
8
are
this time.
saving.
They're doing
They're
it again.
sticking to their plan.
Come on, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. They want to give us a show, and they do. But what is the wave? At the moment, it would be 7-8, looking amazing for a big send.
7 is like very strong if they're gonna go for one of these crazy sends again.
I mean, 8 would be even better since 8 is buffed the last 2 patches.
Yeah.
But obviously 7 is a very good pick as well right now. So it's all about how much they will get income from sends before that long save, or like before sending, the first time after that save.
Yeah, and that's kind of why they were able to go all the way to wave 9 without dying, is because the Spanish duo were kind of sending pretty much every wave. So if they'd skipped 1 or 2 waves and sent like a big load of brutes on wave 6 or 7, for example, they'd probably win the game there with how starved red and blue were.
Yes, absolutely. And it's hard that he's actually
leaking here. Yeah, he's leaking to a single spell, and he double boosted. Yeah.
And actually the result of the poll is locked in. I'm not really sure now if there were some people trolling, or if just there's a lot of people really enjoying locked in now. So locked in at least has a fan base.
I can see lock-in being pretty strong, especially if you're playing in a duo. I think lock-in could be very strong.
Yeah, especially in a duo, as you mentioned it. Probably the best combination together with Greed, since one player is then having a huge early game buff, the other one is trying to cover weak waves.
Yeah, you're right, Carlet. I know they have team names, I just don't know what they are.
Yeah, it's very complicated with all those names you've never heard, you never know. But they're doing a very good performance so far, so we've seen them play a lot of games. They've done
they play pretty well.
Good in all of them. And this is now the time. The problem is, once again, we saw Voldemort sending, and this is just giving Habib the opportunity to save a little bit longer. Of course, he's leaking a little bit. It's almost a pro league. It's a little bit too big for a pro league, but it's good. It's giving him time. They're on the worker lead, so they can just save a little bit longer. And this is not going to end well for the Spanish duo.
Well, Voldemort deciding that he's not scared this game, and he's pushed up to 6 workers, even with the crazy sender they're doing. Yeah. Crazy save.
Well, I mean, we saw how it ends if you push into a save 2 games ago.
I mean, it depends how long they want to go, because if red and blue are going all the way to like 9 again or something like that, then pushing 6 workers early is definitely the right play for Voldemort, because it means that he can scale better and have more income. Like, he will have more fighter value by pushing those workers, depending when the send comes.
I would agree 100%, but if you have such a big weak wave like Voldemort has on wave 7-8, with basically no unit that is kinda good there, not even close, I would not be willing to go for such a high gamble and push 6 workers here.
Well, look, like red is struggling so much. Habib, he's really struggling with his value.
Yeah, he's super low. He's super low. He's gonna leak the boss,
here on wave 5.
and he's gonna leak the resend. So this is basically an all. Oh no, he's not leaking the boss, right? The PV is actually clearing it. But he's gonna struggle against the upcoming send, which is gonna be at least 80, probably even 100. So now they have to decide: are they going with the 220 cents now? They do.
Oh, they're sending now. They are sending now.
It is basically one of the weaker waves they can send on, but they could go 6 into 8. Something like that looks really, really promising against the Spanish duo. And a triple brute, that's gonna harm. On 6,
it's a lot of friends.
That, dude, if you don't have friends, triple brute on 6, and you have a kindergarten full of friends.
It's a shame they couldn't afford to go 7, but I think this was the right decision, because
it was.
They could have just died here without that.
I mean, Habib is even leaking here to the lizards. That should be a weak send against him. But he's really low on value. And we have to mention, they got saved very, very long in Spanish too, but they made a lot of gold via income. They now have a 300 gold lead, especially with Habib leaking a lot, and Blue, he's just having a very weak wave with wave 6 here, so he's leaking quite a lot as well, so it's not looking too great for them.
Yeah, and it looks like actually the German duo are kind of leaking more almost.
No, they're not, but there's five friends with wave 6. This might be... Is this over? Yeah. I mean, this is super close to over, I would say. There's no king ups, 5 broods, like the slow is massive. It's 5% attack speed slow. Having a short look over there, it's not looking too good for them either. So maybe this is game, right? German duo is winning, but super close. It's super close. They would have lost as well.
Either team could
die. Oh my god. Okay,
wow.
That was a close one. That was a thriller.
That was a close.
So we're at 1-1 now, right? It is a 1-1.
It's 1-1. So everything to play for in the final match.
We're actually in a best of 3 right now. Once again, I would really like to know if Blue is actually taking the redraw or the locked in fighter, because if he's doing the locked in fighter, this would actually change a lot of strategy they're running.
It might be lock-in because he's had Atom in all of his games.
True. It's probably locked in Atom. Not sure if he knows that Atoms are a lot weaker now, but maybe he's just liking the synergy of Atom because he's always starting the same. Like he's always having a tank here and behind
and an Atom behind it,
and Proton, even though he didn't need it in any of the games. Yeah. Maybe he always wants to flex. So.
And Habib is opening with a Growl, but he hasn't really got anything worth selling it for.
Yeah, so probably he's taking it as a tank.
Okay. He changes.
A Pilgrim, but the Pilgrim is very, very far to the end. So usually you want the Pilgrim to tank a little bit, as I already mentioned it. With Aquas, with Aseria, with Zeus, you want the Pilgrim as well to tank a little bit and put the Shroom a little bit behind, so that is not possible anymore.
And Rorosh, it looks like, is going for a bunk opener. So it means he's really safe early, but we know that this team likes to do their long save. So I could see if they go wave 6 all in against a bunk, they're pretty strong.
It is. I have to agree here. This time Voldemort, though, is having a really weak role, I have to say. So he's not having peers, at least not any source of good and cheap peers. So he's gonna struggle on wave 4 as the first wave. He's gonna struggle on wave 8 a lot. And at the moment we see this wave 6 as the weakest spot for the Spanish duo, with the banana bun coming on wave 2. So I could actually see the big Sen in wave 6 once again.
And more king ups again going towards Habib, so he's just under no pressure. He can leak here though, even to no zone. I think his build is not very strong on 2.
No, not at all. He would have definitely leaked to a Dragon Turtle. While Habib is leaking quite big because he did not add. He did 5 workers and not add.
Habib is leaking hard to nothing.
I'm not sure. Habib is a very, very, very greedy player in the early game, and he was leaking a lot last game already. So for everybody, a Desert Pilgrim is not able to hold wave 2 alone. He even needs a 80 or 85 add up, like a Wild Shroom. It's a little bit more expensive, obviously. A Violet, a Varg. I think with a Pack Rat and a Looter it works as well, right? I think so.
Yeah, I think the classic one is like a Wild Shroom and a Pilgrim, right? If you want to hold. But then you can't be more than 4
Violet, that are like the most classic ones.
Yeah. But this build's decent now with a Pilgrim.
Yeah, now it is obviously, but he's quite weak. He's really weak on 4 right now as well. He's not having cheap peers as well as Voldemort, so it's gonna be quite hard for them. And together with his mate,
you can have a second Devilfish or a Seraphim for some damage.
Yeah. Okay. There was a reroll coming out from Voldemort already, so he's now having the mask. in exchange
that's pretty
for
good.
the gargoyle. I mean, we mentioned that Habib is really bad, not right? But he's already on 100 mythium. Oh, he's leaking again.
Oh.
Oh my god, he was leaking no set. Oh, it was a turtle. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, there was a turtle that time.
It's a turtle. He did not push. It's good that he did not push. It is really, really needed that he is not pushing here. Oops, excuse me, guys. Yeah. So when is this going to be the final wave? Ravish probably shifting. What? Oh no, no dark mage. Oh please, no dark mage. Ooh. Don't really like the dark mage here. For wave 4 you don't need to add. Especially if you're in a normal range of cents. 120 could already harm him, but usually you don't need a cent. So let's see.
Now, it looks like Habib's leaking again, but it's not that bad for them, right? Like, sure, he's losing gold, and he'd never get to the late game like this.
Yeah.
They're not trying to get to the late game. We see how this team likes to play. They're just trying to get to wave 6 or whatever it is that they want to send a massive send on. And it's kind of fine for him to leak small amounts like this every wave, as long as they're not taking king damage, which they're not.
Yes, I totally agree here. I totally agree. Just see in the chat that it looks like the Spanish duo is actually Platin guys. I have no clue how their elo distribution, like their elo is usually. Maybe that is something you have to look at for
I
the
hope that's
next
not
week.
true. I wouldn't want people to like cheat their way into the tournament.
Yeah, I mean the prize isn't the biggest prize ever. If you're platin, try to get into the Masters Cup and play for some real prize money.
Yeah, exactly.
Or try to get a spot in the upcoming Diamond Division.
Diamond Division starting in January. Hype. So here come the friends.
The friends are coming. We already mentioned wave 6 again being the super weak wave. But if it's really the case that the Spanish duo is actually the gold team that has been platinum before, it would actually be a hardcore win for a bronze player, Habib, winning against Platines then in a best of 3 format. There would be a lot of
Yeah. That'd be pretty
excitement
good for him.
going on for them. And there's a triple brute from both of them pre-income. So this is a massive send once again. There's gonna be a snail on top for Habib. Maybe? No, there's no snail for blue.
So Voldemort can afford a Berserker, and he does play it. So it's the best thing he can play here. I don't know if it's enough though against this size send.
Alright. Okay, and let's just see, Voldemort has never been platin, so that's probably just a false information Boat wrote before. So then there's absolutely no problem, of course, with them playing here. And the gate guard in the split, this is not a good decision at all, because you want the gate guard to be protected as long as possible to be able to summon another dog. Like this, he's just dying as early as you can imagine.
Really fast, yeah.
And I have to mention though, the banana bank is having quite a good position. There were like 3 Rockos on it. It's dealing a lot of damage together with the dark mage, but
now
it's just
gonna die.
very weak here. And on the other side, you see big leaks coming out. It's not game over this time though. It's not game over this
I
time.
don't think this is enough to kill them.
No, not at all. The king spell is actually working a little bit better for them, since there's a lot of low life units. They're dying very quick, and they have a lot of king ups on top. So it's looking a lot better, but they don't get a lot of gold in exchange because there was only 2 creeps or 1 creep leak on
But now that
team.
they survived the wave 6 all-in, the Spanish duo are in a pretty good position because they have the income lead.
Yes, they do, but the gold is almost equal now. Like there's a small lead on the Spanish guys, but that's about it. And it's gonna be really risky for them to still win this. I mean, it's not as promising as the last time, or like in the first game.
Yeah,
where they,
I think
where
it's
they survived
pretty
the
even
first
now.
percent.
Actually, it's pretty even. So like,
Yeah,
obviously the King HP is way in the favor of the German guys, but in terms of gold and income, it's actually fairly even.
it is. It is. Obviously, we have to point out Voldemort here with 95 income. This is a very, very good number, and I would be super happy to have that pre-wave 7 already. So that is a very good status for him in the game.
Well, especially after being starved so hard.
Yes. I mean, we saw it through the last 2 games, and now again. He is the one sending almost every round, doing some king ups in between, so he really relies on that income. I think he's a very income-orientated player. So that might just be his playstyle, and he's snowballing with that into the later mid-game.
Yeah. And having those king attack spells really helped them out when the big leaks happened, right? Because they took a lot less damage than they would have done.
Yeah. And now once again the long save coming. Which wave is it this time? Is it wave 9, where at the moment, at least, Rarish is
look okay online.
Yeah, he does. Actually, Voldemort is decent as well if he's getting the Harbinger. But 10 would actually be
10, yeah. Even with the Berserker, it maybe has to be 10.
Since Habib is getting the Send here, I hope they're deciding for this upcoming... they don't decide for the upcoming wave, which is 9, but they go for 10. Would be probably the winning play here.
I think 10's the winning play. I think Raresh looks really weak on 10. And like Voldemort has a Berserker, so he's not really weak, but that's his only good unit for 10.
Yes, absolutely.
And one Berserker isn't enough to hold wave 10
absolutely.
when the rest of his units are bad.
There's just some small leaks once again on Habib. Just giving them so much time. Even though the burgers are equal, they're just giving them so much time. If you're already in front, you're just doing so good with getting more and more time.
Yeah, agreed. And more sends coming out from the Spanish duo. So, I mean, the Germans are not bad here, I don't think. They're kind of undervalued, but they're not weak.
Yes, and there's brutes. It's just feed. I can't name it anything else. It's just feed.
I think
they're
we'll
probably
see a pro
holding.
league. I think there'll be a pro league from
Habib
one of
once
the
again.
players.
Yeah, Habib pro.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's probably no pro league from Blue with the Pyro APS. Should be quite good for him, but Habib here, he's probably pro leaking that Brute Turtle send, and now on 10 there will be the fun sends. I hope there's something else on Triple Dino now from Blue. I'm looking forward to see an Ogre maybe. What do you think about Ogre or Pack Leader? Ogre Pack
Ogre's
Leader.
pretty good.
Yeah, something like that might be nice to see. Pro League is coming out. Blue is holding those, so perfect play by them.
I mean, Blue can send a Ghost Knight as well, which is really good.
Yeah, but it's against a Berserker, so like Berserker's decent against a Ghost Knight, but in that scenario it would not matter too much since it's dying very, very soon. Like there's no big tanks in front, so the Berserker will be attacked quite early. So even a Ghost Knight is a good choice here. Maybe
and even though Ghost Knight is weak against Berserker, it means that the Berserker is not ramping up on the boss, which is important.
Yes, true.
But it's Ogres, and
it's
Ogres is fine.
Totally fine. Double Ogre especially. Ogre very good send against Rarish here. 4A would have been another great choice for him. But I think Ogre is actually better because you might have the case where the split runs on the Ogre and then you leak both on medium HP. And I really
So we have a second Berserker coming out, which is good.
Yeah. I really do hope there's the King Ups now coming for the Spanish duo. They really do need those leftover King Ups. He's sending full.
Just sending. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Alright, let's have a look over there. There's one Berserker on the Ogre for Voldemort, which is obviously really bad.
It's really good for the German duo.
Well, yeah, it's bad for the Spanish guys, but it's good for the Germans. But still, they're doing quite a good job, I have to say. So the bosses are
better than I thought they would.
way lower than I thought as well, yeah. And on the other hand side, we do have double leak here, super close one for blue though.
0% HP.
Yeah, there are some big leaks. They did a lot better than I thought. This is not game over yet. We have to mention that. This is not game over yet. And with all the income, especially Voldemort has, they might actually have a shot to win this game still. It's gonna be him in the carry pants. He has to do that. Pick the right wave, make the right call, make the right send especially, and then win this in the very end.
Yeah, and I think the German duo might struggle going into the late game because they did go for an all-in play.
Ooh.
And the problem with an all-in play is that when it fails, obviously you're way behind.
Did you see the play right now?
Yeah, I don't know if I agree.
No, I absolutely don't agree. Like 12 would have been a really good chance for them. So especially Voldemort being really, really weak on 12 against the big ascent. They had the opportunity to do a big ascent on 12 with the All Out of Assault. And now doing All Out of Assault into a almost maxed king. Okay, never mind. It's around 2/3 of it is spelled now. But this is a massive misplay in my eyes.
Yeah.
So you probably just choose... What do you choose now? Like it's 12 against Habib. Blue is looking really good on 12, so it might be 12 against Habib into a 14 overall. That might be the winning play in a little bit of a higher reload match.
Well,
maybe just 13.
Raresh has spent all of his Mythium, so it's all about when Voldemort wants to send really. And I think Voldemort could go 12 now by himself, and then they both go 14. That might
14,
be a good play.
Yeah, that would be the best play, absolutely. Or they just go 13, both of them, because blue is not looking too great on 13 and can be broken with a little bit of a lower Mythium there as well. And then probably the huge send coming against Habib on 13 might be another option.
I mean, the values are really low, right? Because when you starve your enemy, you're starving yourself at the same time. So by the time they get to this point in the game, they're starting to fall behind already. So I think pretty much any send will work against Habib at this point, especially when Voldemort already has 340 Mythium and counting.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the send. 14 is actually looking good as well, but
he goes for 13.
Oh yeah, true. Just so let's finish my thought here. 14 would have been good, but it's probably too long. That's actually all I wanted to say.
Exactly.
So.
And I think blue is pretty weak on 13.
He is, absolutely. And Habib is not looking too great there as well. Triple Pilgrim, a really bad choice. And just look at this. Like, already, I don't know, a turtle would have made a huge thing close to a leak on Habib here. He was really, really suffering on that wave.
Yeah, and if he was going to leak to a turtle, imagine what he would have leaked to a 300 Mythium then.
Yeah. The German duo is having a lot of Mythium right now. So maybe I would have liked a play that is income into king ups to save them. Because right now I see no Harden. I see no good units on blue. I see Habib being undervalued against a huge send. So it's gonna be big leaks. It might not be game over though.
Hey, that's a 440 send again.
Yeah, but on the other hand side, we have only 220 with only the Hermit being perfect against blue.
Yeah, that's true. But no Hardens, though. So
yeah, no Harden. There's a Shaman down at the boss, though. It's probably yeah, it probably is clearing one more. Or maybe not clearing it, just... Nope, he's not clearing it. Ah, unlucky there. So
yeah, I
7.
mean, this
a lot of
might not be
emulation
game
upgrades.
over just because they've got a
yeah, it's very.
max
Oh, now they're going right after that on the 14. I mean, 14 is a very, very weak wave for the Spanish guys. But maybe it
For
would have been
sure.
even 15. Like 15, they're not looking too great as well. And it might be
Yeah,
better.
they're not strong on 14, but they are getting a lot of gold from this league. Also, something I want to point out is that Raresh has the new and improved Ocean Templar here. So his banana bunk having the magic resistance. So he can make that into a Haven and be pretty strong on 14.
Yeah.
Like you imagine that Banana Haven is basically being an arcane tank. But he's going for the King Claw, which I don't really like. He's gone King Claw and he's gone Pegasus.
No, King Claw on 14. I mean, we have to mention that there's a new Ocean Templar. I see it the first time in action, actually. I had no time yesterday, or I didn't really have a build fitting with the new King Claw here. And we see the 20%, where is it? On the Ocean Templar, probably. The 20% better defense against magic waves. So King Claw should be quite tanky right now. Here, damage reduction 0%, so it's actually... No, where is it? I didn't see the number right now.
Yeah, I think the toolkits don't work.
Okay. But like the Ocean Templar is actually fine with another big tank on 14, 15 now, with the massive reduction of magic damage he will have. And 14 was a totally wrong send in that case, even though they looked really bad. They were just super high in value.
I mean, Vararish is still leaking like 50%, which is a lot, but
yeah.
it's not going to be any king damage.
Yes, absolutely. Now they're 1.2k gold behind. They're behind in workers. They're behind in king. They're behind in king HP. So they're basically super far behind, and they have to undercut and win something like that. But I don't really see a wave where that might work.
They're resending on 15.
But the Spanish guys are sending as well on 15.
Yeah, I think the game ends here. I think the Spanish duo are going to win on 15.
So we have two de-hardened golems on blue, which is probably the deciding factor. Like that, if he could harden them now, he would probably hold. While Habib is not really looking great. But the thing is, it doesn't even matter if Habib is not great here, because Habib is awful on 16. So it would end on 16 then, because blue is not having the chance of holding 16 himself.
Yeah, I think game's over here. I think they win.
Yes. Here the Quadra Lizard send. A better option would have been to change 2 lizards for a hermit, to have that little bit of regeneration, especially with fighting against units like a pyro. This would have been a really nice play. But it's looking good for them, we have to say. Like, they're both clearing the bosslings fast. Habib though leaking, and now it is all about blue. He's leaking as well. Yeah, that's probably
He's leaking
over.
as well. Yeah.
Is that's game, right? Yeah, that is GG to the Spanish duo Voldemort and Raresh. They had some really good games. They had to go through the super long saves 3 times after another.
Yeah.
They won this week of the Legion Smash.
And this time they really knew how to play against it, didn't they? Like they still leaked on 6, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah. They had a very strong performance. We have to mention though that Habib is a bronze player still, so he obviously didn't know the perfect openers. We saw almost every game, so he was leaking a little bit too much already early on and missing a lot of gold you have to have in order to get into a mid and late game.
Sure, I think still a pretty good showing for a bronze player. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
They won the second game of the final, and they near enough won the third game as well.
Yeah.
Like, it could have gone either way.